When I say brief, it'll be very brief. Before 2008, all filings of court forms took place at the board or via U.S. mail. This is something that, unfortunately, we all know that came to an abrupt pause in March. For example, you would walk into the board and receive a conformed stamp on your filing with additional copies providing proof of your filing. These were the ones that you would take back to your office and then send out to the members of the case with that conformed copy. And so, however, in today's landscape, we're witnessing the evolution of the filing, the digital filing. So we used to be able to see a physical stamp on paper, and then it is has been transitioning into an eForms batch, a batch ID for those who have become eForms filers. And then you started to see the addition to it, the transaction ID, which you'll see when you become a JETFiler. It would be, well, it is true that with every advantage, there is always a disadvantage. So the disadvantages of adopting an eForms account is that there is one firm account. There's one firm account for your firm. So how about if you have multiple assistants, multiple employees performing activities that would require the use of that eForms account? How would you go about scheduling people's access to this type of tool? You would not be able to save the progress on forms that you're working on. And it is using, and it prefers an outdated web browser, which is Internet Explorer 11. There's no using, there's potential compatibility issues if you stray from Internet Explorer. So with these disadvantages, these limitations, you're going to see the creation of the Jetfile. In 2011, Jetfile became available to software vendors to create Jetfile-based applications. What does that mean? What exactly does that mean? Well, Jetfile is a product that allows for the submission of forms directly into eForms. It offers you a number of advantages. Example, number one, filing of popular forms like your application for ADJ, your other structured forms, unstructured forms like petitions and orders, and substitution of attorney documents, change of addresses, things of that, forms of that nature. The unlimited user accessibility, you now have the ability to use a system that is scalable, that would allow your assistant to create a change of address. Maybe the paralegal is going to be submitting a petition or an objection, and they're going to be able to save their progress. But the most importantly is that you can have all of these activities going on at the same time and submit all of these filings at the same time, if you will. So there's no limitation there. It's a huge advantage. The vendor software integration, you now have the ability to have a Jetfile system as part of a case management system, as well as a Jetfile standalone system to help you for your filings. You also have web browser flexibility. You're going to be able to use Google Chrome. You're going to be able to use Mozilla Firefox. Microsoft's newest version of their Edge browser is available to be used with this system. And now the disadvantages. there are a limited amount of forms that that are available to the Jetfile system. So 𝘳𝗶𝗵𝗴𝗶 type of cases cannot be filed on, as well as UEF cases cannot be filed on. And then there's no case visibility, which is one of the number one reasons that you would use an eForms account, is to get that case visibility, to see the entirety of the container. A Jetfile system is a submission-only product. It doesn't allow you to peek into the container, look inside the windows, and see what is there. It's only what you submit. So we've talked about, we briefly discussed the two different methods that you have right now in digital filing. The question is, what are the reasons why you're not making this transition? The internal conversations that might be, the questions that are holding you back from making a selection of one or the other or both. And here are some of those. It has been stated before that the conform stamp of your filing that you would normally get on your hand file when you walk it into the board, there's no stamp there. That's a concern for people. But it is agreed upon that the batch ID and the transaction ID of digital filings serves as proof of filing. There is a limitation of numbers of characters that you can use in a description box in these systems. So what that means is that as you're creating your application for ADJ and you see you start to type in the incident description, there's a specific amount of characters only allowed there. There's no opportunity to write a full page incident report. But these are following the rules that are put in place by the DIR and DWC for these filings. So it would make you be more clear and concise, if you will. We've heard this before. If I start digital filing, I will have to stick with it. This is not true. You are not restricted to any one type of filing if you choose to try one out. Very simply, if you are filing by paper mail and you want to try a digital filing system, you are not bound to that one system. Every form of filing is available to you. So that means that you can digitally file, you can Jetfile an application for ADJ, you can use your eForms account to file maybe a DOR, maybe schedule a hearing date. You can still mail documents to the board for filing. So all that's available to you still. I don't trust the internet. Well, the internet is allowing this webinar to take place. The internet revolution has created digital business continuity systems, right? It's allowed for case management systems. It has allowed the ability for jet filing systems, for records management systems. So placing some trust in the internet is an absolute, and we're already here. And I'm not quite ready for cloud computing. Well, the cloud computing example is, we already have those in real life examples. So the access to our buildings, physical access to our buildings stopped, it paused. You were not able to access your building for 5 days, for 10 days, for who knows how long. And those who took on a cloud computing system were able to, we're able to continue to get work done. You're able to use your case management system in the cloud. You're able to use your digital filing system in the cloud, your records management system in the cloud. You were able to Zoom on the cloud to perform a number of required tasks for your daily use to run your business. So it's already there. We're here.